living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? It doesn't matter what you're going through
Or what you have been through.
Thank God
is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous. Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? going through,
or what you have been through.
thank God
It's fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God it's fabulous. Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God it's fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God it's fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God it's fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? So, but wait,
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Thank God it's fabulous. And you know, today being Friday, TGIF.
That's right.
And you can't go wrong. If you got a fabulous Friday, you on to something. So this evening, we want to welcome all our viewers. I am Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
And welcome to the first episode of Thank God It Is Fabulous. So today, this show is going to be talking on the topic of friendship. Friendship is something that we take for granted. Friendship is something we don't value. Some do, some don't. But at the end of the day, we want to discuss all our perception here today. How do we feel about friendship? How does it feel if you have a friend? How does it not feel to have one? Those who do will share their perception here today. And for this show, there are some things that you will hear, but we will say to you, it's a disclaimer. It's people's opinion. It's people's perception. So please do not take anything to heart. Find the information that appeals to you, take it, hold on to it, use it. Because this platform is here to discuss your everyday aspect of your life. Conversations about things that you think about, but don't have anyone to talk to about it. So that's what this platform is going to be doing for you.
So today, friendship, we use that word loosely. Mm-hmm. She's my friend. He's my friend. I mean, are you taking into consideration who that person really is to you? Are they a sisterhood? Are they a brotherhood? What do you consider a friend?
Yeah, because some people say you are my friend only when they need you. Some people say you are my friend, misinterpreting what they really want to call you. We got so many different words for this one friendship. If you go to the job, they call you co-worker. Some people call you colleague. Some people call you teammate. If you come home, your children call you mom. Some people say, my mom is my best friend. But can your mom really be your best friend?
Mhm.
Can,
Yes.
yep.
And some people, they get into a friendship because of what they can gain from you, or because of who you are, which clout you're from, what family you're from, what can they benefit from you. Are they truly your friend, or are they just coming to get what they can gain? And then when the going gets tough, you can't find them.
Yep. And that's sad because if friendship, as we understand it, should be there to support your own ego. Can you imagine what it would be like if your friend is the one that's turning on you? Is that person really your friend? But remember, you called this person a friend before. So there has to be some criterion that sets it apart. Who is considered a friend? What makes you call someone a friend? So if you have ideas of who you want to call your friend, oh yes, we will take calls today. We will have you join the conversation. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear, what do you think? What is a friend? How do you consider somebody a friend? So we will be listening for your calls today. We will be going over things. People will be calling in and discussing their point of view. Someone told me today after I was placing my WhatsApp messages, the person said, what is this all about? And I told them, we are a platform. We are using a platform that help us to promote socially, educationally, informationally. We will talk about your common discussion at home and how you feel. She said, what are going to be some of the topics you're going to talk about? I told her, I said, well, we're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about marriage. And she laughed so hard when she heard sex will be coming. But sex is part of life. Sex is part of nature. And sex is something that we do every day. But guess what? In friendship, we do have friends with benefits. So let's talk about that.
Do you have a friend with benefits? That is the question. Or
What?
is this a true friend that when something happens, you can run to them and they are there for you no matter what? However, you don't want a friend that is a yes man, yes sir to you. You want an organic friend that can tell you when you are wrong, to say you are wrong, not too shy or not too afraid to tell you that you are wrong.
So let's talk about it. Nowadays, sex has become very casual in our society. So some people who do not want to have the attachment and the commitment, they go into friendship, but sexually. But there is a problem with that too, because you cannot have friends with benefit and put emotions into it. It doesn't work that way. When you got a friend that you call in benefits, that's your down low. Nobody knows about that. Because guess what? When you start to talk about that person, you start to create emotional attachment. When you start to introduce them to friends, what do we do when somebody tell us about a guy they met? We start to tease, we start to
Yes.
play, and then at the end of the day, that talk stir up things in the back of your mind. Whereas that was not the reason for the friendship, but because you got carried away, now you find yourself introducing this friend that's supposed to be with benefit. But what if somebody else like this friend too? Can you say no? Think about it. That's your friend with only benefits. In friendship with benefits, you're allowed to date other people. You're allowed to talk to other people. You're allowed to flirt. You're allowed to do anything you want to do. You owe no commitment to anyone. So before you decide to accept a friend with benefit and start to do all the good stuff, understand what it really is. Before tomorrow you say, oh, he fooled me. He told me things, and whereas he was lying. No, you lied to yourself because you agreed to have a friendship with benefits and did not understand the rule of the game. So we will talk about those friends later on too. But let's also talk about another friend. the one that transcend the barrier of friendship and become sisters or brothers. We have them. Your mama or your papa didn't give birth to them, but they are now your friend, your sister, or your brother. How does that happen? What makes you determine that?
Well, this is the story of our lives.
Yes.
We met since the first grade. Now I'm gonna age us here.
Don't listen to her on the age.
We met since 1979 at Cathedral High School in the first grade. As I was driving today, I was thinking, well, how did we really get together? I can't even remember how it started, but we just gravitated towards each other, and since the first grade, 1979, we have been friends. We have never, and I can honestly say, we have never had a fuss where we keep speech from each other.
Nope.
No. And like she said, it has become a sisterhood. If you go to my family and ask them who's Fasia's friend, there are 4 names that it will call. And vice versa for you and the other ladies that will come on tonight. When my mother died, and I called TTN, I'm going to use your TTN name because that's what everybody knows.
It's okay.
And I called her to tell her that the Omam had died. I mean, instantaneously, she told me, okay, when are we going? And we bought our tickets and we went. And likewise, the same for her. And even our girlfriend that is going to come on, Masa, she had a trip planned to go out of the country. She was in Liberia. But when she heard the Omam died, she postponed her trip and waited for us. That's what you call a sister. That's what you call a sisterhood. And when I'm wrong, these ladies will tell me, Fasia, you are wrong. If she's wrong, we get on her. You are wrong. And there is no hard feelings. There is so much love when we get together. The love is just so much. There's always a good time.
Always a good time.
Always a good time with us when we get together.
So true.
And the funny thing is, to the end, we want each other to grow. We want the best for each other.
Yep.
So let you take over.
So I'm at this time going to bring our other sister, Miss Passion Johnson Diacolit. She's in our studio right now. We're going to bring her. She's calling from Liberia. Miss Passion, Pass J. We commonly call her. Everybody has a nickname in this group. So please, thank you for coming on tonight. And we're looking forward for Pastor to join us. But the question on the floor tonight is friendship. What is your definition of friendship? Who do you consider a friend?
Well, who I consider a friend, it will be one who accept me for who I am and don't try to change me in any way. I hope you ladies are getting me clear.
Yeah, we're getting you clear.
Good. Okay. One who accept me for who I am and won't try to change me anyway. Because the thing is, being a friend must be someone who you can trust, you can rely on. You know that even during difficult times, they will stand up for you despite the situation and wouldn't go behind your back, to discredit you. Nowadays, we seem to find it very difficult to find true friends, but as God will have it over the years, we have tried to keep that friendship to be true friends. And I appreciate it so much. It's very real now to really find true friends. But as the saying goes, as I'm saying now, if you just accept the person for who you are, because most of the time people tend to want to change someone from being who they actually are. And I think maybe you can tell them where they hurt and they could be able to work on themselves, but instead trying to force them to be someone they are not. That's where I think sometimes the problem comes in.
And you know that you said that passion, it reflects back to a lot of things. We were always running around, playing around, but we needed each other in their own unique personality to be able to add to the package. I know I needed my past J because I knew what past J to the table. So nobody will have me change you for what you were not because I needed only past J. There are some places
That's
I
it.
have to go. I know I only can take passion. And you know the amazing thing of all the people, everybody, we relate to each other so differently in so many different ways, but we still one.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
that's the
it.
beauty of our friendship. I know there are some places if I'm going, I'm not going to take myself maybe because you will ruin the operation.
And you sure won't
So
take me.
I ain't taking no flash, don't mess it up for me. So I would take passion because I know that my right to die, you know.
That's it.
That's the truth. And I don't know how it is right now in Liberia after the war. Can you throw some light on what you're experiencing there in terms of that kind of friendship we had growing up?
Well, for me, now in Liberia, few other people because since you guys are on that side, we already make much friends other than the ones that we in church. We go and serve the Lord. There are a lot of deep things we don't discuss or we go about. But nowadays, you find friends who befriend people for what they think they can get from them, and I think that's not friendship. Friendship, like I said earlier, is accepting the person for who they are. It's not what they have. People tend to align with people because they think they can get something from them, or I'm being friendly with this person because she has it or he has that, and that is why I'm being friendly with him. And it doesn't work like that because friendship like that wouldn't last.
Yeah.
Because what if I don't have what you thought I had, or what I had before? So will you abandon me in the process? And we found many of the cases like that where people over the years, maybe their friends were in authority or they were in this position where they were financially potent. But the fact that they no more in that position, the friends have left them. But unlike our friendship, despite your status, despite who you are, we still hanging in there and we still accept you and love you as you are.
Yeah. And when you
So
mess up,
that's
you know we'll deal with you too.
that's the thing now. And that's, you see, that's the thing. Most people are now bold to look at a friend. They feel that if they say it, they might lose the friendship, they might lose this friend. But I think that's being straight, honestly, hypocritical, because I may as well just tell you the truth and we move from there. And normally you say, yes, I think this sister already love me, instead of sitting behind my back and saying evil about me and don't calling me straight to tell me where I've fallen short and where I could work on my wrongs.
So true. So true.
Look, I can give you an example. When my mother passed, after we buried her, our other sister, Masa, had a dinner for us. And my family and I went to the dinner, and my sisters were there. Unbeknown to me, okay, these ladies had an intervention on me,
Hmm.
including my family. I had no clue. After we ate, we went in the sitting room, and I mean, they just went on me, had that intervention. I was so surprised, but I appreciated it because they told me the truth. And I love you guys for that.
Yeah.
I love you guys for that. Nowadays, it is so hard to find such a friendship without being afraid. Oh, if I tell you something, is it going to be out there? No, not 1 ounce.
And that's something we've never worried about.
No,
We've never had to worry about somebody's going to gossip about what we say in here. We
no.
didn't even have to say, look, I'm
Don't
telling
tell
you
it.
all this thing, don't tell nobody. We
Exactly.
don't have to
Yes.
do that. We
Yes.
know what to tell and what not to tell. And you better not come at one person thinking that you can go ahead and talk about them to another person. Oh no, you're not brave. You are not brave. Because think about it. Why would somebody be brave to go to a person that they know is your friend to talk about you, unless your friend gave them credence?
Exactly.
So you know not to do that. If you try it, it will deal with you right there, and that's the end of it. We will not hear the story again because they're not even coming to ask me. You can't go to Passion and say, Titi and Dada, no, 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 no. The fight starts right there because she know me. She know what I will or will not do, and she taking the battle for me. And you know that's one thing about friends. We support each other ego. If my friend was even wrong, I'm not gonna say it to my friend in front of another person. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We will form the fight there and we'll get out of there. I'm like, okay, my girl, the other one, you slip or you didn't do it right. And we'll talk about a back door. But that's our business to talk about. It's not for the outsider to know about it, you know? Because if I don't have my friend back, why are they a friend? And you know, the Bible is very clear about it. He said, unless two agree, they cannot walk together.
That's it.
Nowadays, we see so many things and it's scary. And people say, I'm not making no new friends because people are not real. Well, you have to choose them wisely. You got to know what are the criteria to make them your friends before they become your friends. So tonight we have people
Man,
coming.
complete try and count online are online.
Is my sign?
So we can hear Masa in the
Mm-hmm.
back trying to come in, but she got the link. We sent her the link to come on. I will send it again, Masa.
The unique things about our group is when we started with four of us: Masa, Passion, TTN, and myself. But ironically, within that group of four, there is a subgroup that to to this person in that group, and TTN is closer to Passion because they are the two tomboys in the group. They are the two makers in the group. These two ladies are not afraid of not a thing. Masa and I are the quiet ones. We are the good girls.
Oh, so your thing.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Imagine that.
We are scary like cats.
Yep.
But these two, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Fear no fool.
Hey.
I'm telling you. But here's the thing though, within that subgroup, and we all know, but there is no animosity. If TTN wants to say something when we're in class, TTN wants to say something and she wants to tell Passion or Masa, and she goes and tell them a secret and don't tell me, it is not for my ears to hear. If you don't want me to hear it, that's fine. Does that mean I'm mad today? Oh, why you didn't tell me? No.
All right. At this time, we're going to be bringing in another guest, another friend. Okay. And all the people you see mixing on this tonight is friendship. These are people we started from first grade to now. That's the kind of friendship we have. So at this time, I will bring in our next guest. Welcome, Mr. Sua.
Welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you.
This is my first date.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys inviting me.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Philip.
Okay,
Tonight, the
go
topic is
to
about
mute.
friendship.
Thank you.
So, Philip, tell us what is your criteria for a friendship? What do you define as a friend?
Well, I think friendship me means someone you can trust. I think that's the primary thing. Someone you can trust with, with your with your life, so to speak. And part of that trust comes with time, right? Because the friendship has to be tested with time. You have to build
Mm-hmm.
a relationship where you guys have gone through different circumstances to strengthen that trust. So I think that's the key thing. A friend should be someone you could turn your back to without being concerned about
Mhm.
getting harmed, right? So,
Right. Yes,
so
that's a
that
good one.
and that's why, to me, friendships would take time. True friends would take time to develop to that level of trust.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Philip, you said something. You said someone you can trust. Well, if I trust this person, does that necessarily mean they trust me?
Hmm.
No, and that's a good point, and that's why it takes time, right? So a lot of times we can have acquaintances, people we meet, and maybe there's a connection there. You share similar interests, professionally or socially, and so that's good. But in terms of what we would consider like a friend, a friend at a different level, not just an acquaintance, I
Yeah.
think it takes time for that trust to be mutual. So again, say if I just got to meet you or Facia, we started talking, and maybe we all do the same thing professionally, and we got a connection, and we start talking and building relationship from there.
Mm.
I think the friendship would have to go through different circumstances, right? We start interacting, we start disagreeing over things. We see how we disagree, and then you're going through a difficulty, and then you see how I'm standing,
Yeah.
by you in your difficulties, and vice versa, or even how I'm supporting some of your aspirations, right? So you
Yes.
in the healthcare field, I'm somewhere else and I'm hearing stuff and say, oh, TTN, this is something I heard. This is your, you know, try to propel you to be better, right? And the same thing you would do for me. I think over time, that friendship, that relationship can get to where, the trust level starts to build. Where you, okay, I can trust Phil, with this, whether it's information or situation, right? You can trust the individual, and vice versa. So that's what I'm saying. Friendship will have to take time. It has to be built on trust, and trust always comes through time.
That's true that you said that. But for me as a person, and every one of you who know me know I have no boundaries. I don't look at time or anything. Once you say hello to me, you're my friend. And I used to take everybody home, everybody a friend, who all day long is a friend. Because I never really looked at it like I looked at it these last few days when getting ready for this show, in terms of what it really is. I must admit, I just know I got my friends, whether they love me or not, they love me. I don't care how they feel; they just got to love me. I'm
Yeah.
that kind of person. So when I started to think about it critically, I'm like, wow, it is a blessing to have a friend who's really got your back and
Correct.
who's always there for you. Like the ladies I share my life with all these years is amazing. Looking at it now that I look at it, when I met people in America, yes, some people tell me I don't have no friends. It was amazing. How come you don't have friends? I got a lot of friends because I just bring them and introduce them to everybody else. Become their friend.
Yeah.
But then you start to hear different words for different things. Oh, this person is my buddy. This person is my pal. This person is my comrade. This person is my chum. This person, oh, they're my besties. Now we got a song for if you want a besties like mine, you got to find a friend like me. And you never know that people are really struggling to get a friend because you always got a friend. Like me, I always got my friends. Even if I don't talk to Facia for a whole month, by the time I pick up the phone and say Facia, we stick and laugh. We
Mm.
don't talk, we just start with laughter because we always thinking what's crazy is the person going to say. And we
Yeah.
just laugh. And that's amazing. But some people don't have these kind of connections.
But I think the reason why you can have that kind of relationship with Facia, with Passion, and some of the other ladies, is because of that time you guys have had together, the
Mhm.
different circumstances you guys have been through, right, over the years, right,
Yes.
from high school, whether it's elementary, high school, life, relationship issues, other friendship issues, heartbreaks. He's been through all of that, and so that's why, to your point, even if you guys don't talk on a regular basis, whenever you reconnect, you just plug in and play, right?
Yes.
It's
I like that plug in and play.
Yes, yes.
so
Yes.
and
Yes.
and so if you meet someone for the first time over the last few months, it wouldn't be that way, right? You would
Yeah.
still have, good relationship, but a relationship like you described between you, Facia, Passion, and Masa is, has deeper roots, right? Than maybe someone you met a year ago, someone you met a month ago, right? So those are the different levels. Doesn't mean they're not your friends. It's just you got friends with deeper roots and friends with shallow roots. And those shallow roots will continue to grow, right, with time. Grow deeper as you invest the time and into those different relationships.
Yeah.
So true.
So there's something you said also that struck me. You said you can turn your back without looking back.
Right.
And with these ladies,
Correct.
I can do that in a blink of an eye.
Correct. Yeah, and I know a lot of times, if you look at even our culture, it's like we got our friends, the guys got their friends, the women got their friends, but there are also times where you have, folks, a guy and a girl who share a genuine friendship, outside of anything intimate, right? And I think the same things could apply if we understand, and follow the right context of those type of relationship where uh you seek the other person's best interest, you have a genuine interest in that person's success, and that person reciprocates the same. So I think, for me, and this is just me, because I have friends over the years, whether it's school, and I've known you guys from elementary all through the years, or friends at work that I've met, friends throughout my life in different aspects of my life. I think I apply the same principle where I try to um, you know see the best, try to do the best for that person, right? And people reciprocate that to me as well. A lot of people have been a blessing to me over the years, women, men, just sometimes it's just the right word. Like you going through that challenge and you communicating and they're telling you something and you're listening and say, man, I didn't even see that in me. This person sees something in me that I didn't see. They're encouraging me in a way that maybe I couldn't have encouraged myself. So I think when we talk about friendship, I think we should, look across the spectrum, right? To those relationships that can build us up, for better or worse, when we're in a better or worse situation.
I do agree with you. And there's a quote on the screen right now. It says, good friends are virtually important to our mental health and to the quality of our life. To live and to love are inseparable. So to have no one to share that with, it's only in America I've seen that. People would just tell you, oh, I'm a loner. But I don't think they are really a loner. They are afraid of rejection.
That's it.
So they try to guide the heart by staying off, the radar. Like, I don't want nobody come into my life and hurt me. So I ain't gonna get no friend. But no man is an island, and no one wants to be alone. So when people say that, to me, it's a cry for help. Please help me come out of myself. I told that to someone today, but they told me different. They say you can be your own best friend. So I want us to really discuss this because I don't know about being my own best friend. That would be a fight between me and myself. I don't know. How do you see this, Philip? Being your own best friend.
I think, to me, I mean, there's some facts to that, because you got to care for yourself and love yourself first to
Mm.
be a good friend to somebody else. So from that context, I can agree that you have to know yourself, like yourself, and in order to export, right? You can't export something that you don't have. So from that context, I understand, and I would agree. But I think, you know, for a lot of people who may not have friends, it could be maybe something from their childhood, the way they were raised. Maybe they weren't raised in an environment where they were interacting with a lot of people. Some people don't develop social skills early on. And then as you get older, it gets more awkward because you're uncomfortable breaking your own mold to go out there and communicate with other people, or strike conversations where you can start having friendships. And you talk about rejection. Some people are afraid, like, if I go and greet this person or interact with this person, maybe they're gonna look down on me, or they're gonna make me feel unwanted. I don't want to be rejected. But I think sometimes you grow up, beyond that point. For me, I've been fortunate. I grew up in Liberia, and my whole life I've been interacting with people. Outside of my house. I, grew up in Bonnersville. We spent some time beyond City Hall as kids, and all through I've had people to play with after school, interact with. So, me going out to meet people, I don't have that social fear. I know, like one of my sons has it to some extent, and he's trying to grow past it. Um, Not that he doesn't have friends, but he's not as maybe he doesn't go out as much as I would like, on the link, to kind of connect with people. So that's something he's learning. So in a lot of different reasons that I think people are afraid to branch out. They don't want to be hurt. Could be because they've had some issues in the past with hurt and stuff.
Yeah. So one of the viewers just put a comment. She said, do you think this friendship or bond would have flourished if one of you were still back in Liberia? Yes. So let me tell you the story. We were in the 9th grade when Fasia left to come to America. But do you know, Fasia would still buy our panties. You know, the one that used to have the days of the week on it? Because that's how young and immature we were. She would buy the days of the week panties and she would send it to her mom. And her mom would give it to us. All the years we were in Liberia, we had communication. I called Fasia from Liberia to tell her I was coming to America and that I needed some money. And she sent me the money. This is not today friendship. This is not here and now friendship. This is from 1st grade, I'm telling you. And we always kept that communication amongst the whole group. Because Passion, Massa, and I was in Liberia, and Fasia was over here. So she was the only one over here at the time. So the 3 of us back home were there. But I tell you another story. Passion was in Guinea, and I traveled to Guinea and just heard that Passion was in Guinea. I went, found her, and from that day, we're inseparable. Because it's like you have a whole clique and you found one there, you know you ain't shaking. You will be with that one. And I did not leave her there. We came back to Liberia together. So our friendship has transcended friends. Now it's sisterhood. Because the things we will do for each other is you can't doubt it. We will go any length for each other. So Fatima, that's just to answer the question. If we were there, yeah, the bond would still be strong because we still have 3 friends still in Liberia. But you saw during my wedding, Massa came. Massa lived in Liberia. Massa was my maid of honor. She came. Karen lived in Liberia. Karen came. So they can be a part of the wedding. That's how much it is. Sorry for COVID and the government, Passion couldn't come. But on the day we were in the dressing room, Passion was with us because that's the bond we have. We have transcended friendship anymore, so we are sisters. So there is nothing that can touch one person and everybody is not touched.
Yes, that bond is unbreakable, And
Yeah.
even in relationships, our significant others, they know that you cannot separate us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think sometimes like the whole Liberia connection, and those of us who were fortunate to leave, I think it's both ways. And I think you mentioned that earlier, TTN, that maybe you haven't spoken to this person for so many months or so many years, but once you guys connect, you connect. When you leave Liberia and you come to the States, sometimes there are communication gaps.
Yep.
Because the first few years of being in America is so difficult. You're trying to get your foot right. So maybe you don't spend as much time with the correspondence, especially during the time some of us came to the country where you didn't have social media.
Yeah.
They communicate, benefits that we have today. It took time, but the relationships were still there. I know and I'll give one example, a good friend of mine, Edwin Ure, he came to the States earlier. And there was still communication, between him and some of us back home. Michael Cheer, I remember we used to go to what's the name of the place? Up the Hill, TTN, the French Connection to make yeah. So we would go there to talk to our friend Michael Cheer. And I know some point I would go there and then tell him, say, man, speak a little Siri for us. That was a big Every time we go with that, I said, man, because we wanted to kind of hear how he would speak. And you know how crazy he is. He'll be putting a show for us, speaking, in different ways. But I think the relationship can still work. And for the people back home who maybe haven't made it, sometimes it's okay for us to have that gap in communication. And then when we connect, we just plug and play. We just plug.
Yep. Yep. It is amazing.
You know.
It is amazing. And I can't imagine my life with all these women. I just can't. Because when I sit back, I'm telling you, it's bad. We are in our 50s now, and we are this beautiful, and we still take baths together when we're together. Now you know that's the kids in us.
Yes.
You
yes,
know that's the kids in
yes,
us.
yes.
We will all it never change. And it makes us feel young all the time when we're together, because it takes us back to our youth. That's how much these women keep me young. Once you with them, the laughter, you just can't resist. You laugh the whole time you're together. We don't get mad. We just don't get mad because there's too much craziness to get mad about. Too much.
It is.
And it's amazing. It's amazing.
I was out of the country a couple of months ago. I'm not going to disclose what the information was, but I remember calling my sisters, and when I told them the information, I called TTN and Masa, and I mean they cried, and it was tears of joy because they were so happy. That this was what was happening to me. That's what you call a true friend.
It's amazing. And somebody just put a comment up, and I'm going to put it across the screen. Chokopi said, I think Liberian misinterpret female friendship differently. Chokopi, I really wish you can call in so you can explain this for yourself, because I don't want to misinterpret your thoughts. But you're onto something. How do Liberians see it? Because I still see it like the way I see it, Of course, all the time, for our own endorphins and our own adrenaline and our own dopamine, we have to gossip our women. That's what we do. But we don't gossip to bring anybody down. We gossip about ourselves. Let's talk about what's good that's happening to me right now. I want to talk about it. And I'll gossip it to Fasia. And will laugh at me if it is funny. And let me just tell you the story thinking about it. We traveled to Liberia, right? It was Mama Beria when we went to take our passport picture. We went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We went to take passport size picture. Now, we didn't know that if your hair is dyed, you can't take your passport picture.
Hence my hair.
And Fasia hair is dyed, so they say she can't take the passport picture. She needed a wig. Look, Philip, I'm telling you, the worst wig they could find. That's what they brought for Fasia to wear.
Could post that wig. Hey, Phil.
You know what? That was the funniest thing. We laughed so hard. I'm gonna pee myself. Just laughing at Fasia and the way the wig looked on her.
I didn't know what the wig. I mean, when I saw the wig, I couldn't believe that the foreign ministry had that one wig.
Yes.
Of all wigs. I mean, it was old. It was raggedy, like a floor rag. I'm not kidding you.
You should post a picture.
I'm looking for it right now. I'm looking for it right now.
And so I told the lady, Masa had her hair tie. She said, okay, can I give Fasia her hair tie? Masa was willing to leave her hair the way it was under that hair tie to give me her hair tie. They said no. It has to match the outfit that I'm wearing. I said, Echo. And mind you, I was traveling the next day, so I needed the passport that day. So I was between a rock and a hard place. And I said, okay, I will make it work. So I took the wig, reluctantly put it on my head.
Oh my God.
And TTM fell to the floor. I mean, it's like every time she looked up at me, she would be in tears. That wig, but I made it work though. And I said I was not going to change that picture because you know what? It reminded me of that fun.
Yep. I'm looking for this picture on my phone, but I'm telling you, you will laugh yourself because that was, and you know how somebody will laugh at them and they get mad at them for laughing at them. But she had to laugh
I
at
had to
herself
laugh.
because I'm telling you, it was
I
bad.
mean, bad,
It was bad.
bad.
It was the worst week ever.
But guess what? My son was able to help me to fix it, and we made it work. So when life gives you lemonade, I mean lemon, you make lemonade out of it, and it was a very sweet lemonade.
That's very. I love to see that picture.
Oh, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm telling you, Philip, this picture is something else.
One of the things that I'm sure some people are asking also just over time, like, and you see other people having good friendships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit and say, well, I don't have the same thing, right? And I think, and I've had this conversation with someone, and I'm gonna say who, but because they've looked at sometimes you talk about the relationships and stuff that you have, right? And all the things that you got going on with your friends. It's like, man, I don't have that. And one of the things I've always said is you have to put yourself out there, right? So you got to be the one being a friend, even if someone is not. Sometimes you start that process with other people, and eventually you wear them out with your friendship, that they start reciprocating. Because people are defensive. We all have different walls, right? But
Mm-hmm.
put yourself out there and you start being a friend, being a good neighbor, right? Do things for other people, showing care and concern for other people, demonstrating love for other people. I think in the long run, you find someone. At one point, someone's gonna connect, and that's how you start growing that friendship and that relationship. But if you always keep your walls out and you're not willing to risk embarrassment or risk being uncomfortable, then you're never gonna find that spark in a friendship or relationship with other people.
That is true. And we go to church and they tell us in church all the time that fear is false evidence appearing real. Look, some people can think thoughts that is so strong and they let it overtake them.
Yeah.
I think everybody's talking about me.
Right.
And these people will keep away from people just because of the thoughts that they have in their mind. And it's sad because the mind is a very powerful tool. You can't just play with it anyhow. And it's sad because those are the things that hinder being open. If you're not free or true to yourself, you can never be open to anybody or true to anybody.
All right.
Because you always keep lying to yourself. And at the end of the day, trust me, let's take it from this example. Before it was clear that, women wear weave wasn't that popular back in the day. So people who were wearing it, we just thought it was theirs. We didn't know there has anything called extra hair. We didn't know about it. So you think those people were bold enough to tell their friends that this is not real? This is I'm borrowed? They won't do it. So do you think that person is really true to the person they call their true friend or their best friend? No. If it's not the whole of you, it's none of you, But that's the thing about knowing yourself, accepting yourself first, and then putting yourself out there. And then other people can connect to you and see that, she's genuine. I would try her out. Because all the friendship is a try and error.
Correct.
Until it messed up, you don't know how it's going to be.
Correct.
But you don't go in there with the intent to mess it up. You go in there with the intent to keep it.
Correct.
But
And I'll share one of my, like, years ago, one of the challenges that I had, or one of the things that I wanted to overcome, right, is having friends in different cultures or different nationalities outside of, them being Liberians and stuff. And initially it was difficult, right? Because again, you got to put yourself out there as a different culture. How do they, what's a joke in that culture, or what's funny? How do you strike up functions? But I realized once you start, when you go to functions and you greet people, you start talking about different things, right? Maybe the as I did, and you start building relationship over time. you get enough practice where you're very comfortable with having someone who doesn't look like you, different ethnicity, different background, that that becomes part of all of your relationships, right? That you have all of your relationships, and they all make you better. They
Yep.
all change how you look at the world. Because I have friends who are white, I have friends who are Hispanics, people I know from different backgrounds. So what it does for me, it grounds me, because then when folks are talking negatively about people from a certain culture, I say, ah, man, that's not entirely true. I
True.
know this
Yeah.
person who's Filipino, this person who's Caucasian, and maybe your situation is unique, right? But it doesn't mean you throw that umbrella over everybody, because I know people who are different. So, and the reason why I bring that up is, that that's some of the things we need to do to challenge ourselves, right? To
Yep.
build friendship, because yeah, you may be Liberian, but who knows, your best friend could be Filipino, your best friend could be Chinese, your best friend could be Japanese, could be from Mozambique, from everywhere, right? So I think if you open your eyes and expand, the way you look at the world, you just never know, what soul you will connect with, and that person then becomes your best friend.
That is
That is
so
so true.
true.
Yes.
That is so
Yes.
true.
So Philip, let me ask you,
I want to share them.
can what's your thoughts on a female having a male as a good friend, and a male having a female as a good friend?
Yeah, so I think that's all good. I think I alluded to that a little bit earlier, and I just used my own example. I think it's better. I think it's all good if you set your parameters.
That's it.
Yeah, if you set your parameter, I think it'd be all good. Like, I have a lot of friends, female friends over the years. But what I do, because I'm married, so I make sure that, my wife is connected and understands, the relationship. So we and my wife is comfortable with. She also has some friends that I've got to meet and connect with. Some of them are my brothers now. So I think you set your parameters, right? What do you want? How does this friendship interact with your relationship, if you are in one? I think that's the biggest thing, because if you don't have parameters, and take into consideration how your partner or your spouse or whatever, and how that person feels about the relationship, then you run into problems. Because you could still have a good relationship that this person is comfortable with, then your relationship comes first. So then maybe you readjust and find a different way, for that to work. So I'm extremely comfortable with you know some of the folks I have known over the years, them being connected to my wife, she connected to them. Some of the folks she knew when we started out, inevitably came into my life too. And so I think it can work. The one big challenge I see, that might be, again, it could be something to overcome for other people's relationship, is not taking into consideration, how your partner or your spouse feels about that relationship, and then some of their own background when it comes to friendship between the sexes, right? So if they have a negative experience with that in previous relationships, obviously they're bringing some of those experiences into your current relationship. So I think, you take your time, in order for it to work. The best way is to make sure that your partner or your spouse, is also comfortable with the idea of that friendship. And then, regardless, for me, I don't put any friendship above the relationship with my wife. I think, that should always be your number one, a friend, your priority, and then everything else filters below. I don't think it takes anything away from your platonic friendship. If your spouse is the primary. I mean, that's how it should be. So I personally don't have any any issues with that.
Thank you so much.
So Philip, they've posted my picture. If anyone take this picture,
Take a picture right now. So you can- oh my goodness, this is bad. And
No, you see why I laugh so hard?
and
Because I am telling you, Philip.
you're smart. That's interesting.
Yes,
Yes.
and that's her passport picture.
That is my passport today. Currently, that is my passport picture, and I am not changing it.
That's
So,
funny.
yes,
That is funny.
but yes, there is no dull moment. But I agree with you that as far as a male and a female being friends, and then vice versa, a female and a male being friends, you just have to set that parameters and let them know. And you have to inform your significant other to get them involved. So this way there is no misunderstanding.
Correct.
Because most people will say, "Oh, a guy, yes, he wants to be friends, but there is an agenda."
Yeah.
And it could be,
Yeah.
but as long as you don't open that window, then I think you should be fine. So I too agree that a male and a female can be good friends, and vice versa.
Yeah, but you see, again, you gotta make sure your partner, your spouse is okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's the primary thing. And if that person is
Yes.
here, then maybe you tread in a different direction, right? Because ultimately you don't want that friction. Because I don't think it's gonna be good for the other person either way, right?
Yes.
So like I said, for me, I make sure like the folks that I've known, that are very good friends of mine, and they're comfortable calling, and they've developed a relationship with my wife in a way where they call the house. They don't even talk to me now. They're just laughing and communicating with her. And we have that friendship. We've been able to, visit them, and connect with them at a level where it's not only benefiting me as a friend, but my wife as well. And vice versa. She has a couple of folks also that she knew when we started going out, and like they're my brothers, and I confide in them. I call them and we talk. And we don't consider them, even with our kids now, we don't consider them friends. It's like she said, well, that's my brother.
Yes.
That's when it works the best. If both parties can connect with the friendship, then it eases all the tension and all that other stuff that come with it.
Yes. All right. Well, Phil, I know you have to leave because you have another meeting.
Yeah.
So is this a good time, or do you have a little
Yeah,
bit more time?
I got 3 minutes if I have to leave, but I will spend most of the 3 minutes laughing at this picture I'm looking at here.
All right.
I hope you didn't snapshot that picture. That is no, that picture is too deep.
And you had
you know what? Look how I made it work. I mean, I took it smiling and I embraced the moment. Okay.
Oh my God, Philip, I'm telling you, if you were in the moment, look, you will not help yourself.
No, but Philip, that hair, right? That's the best of it, right? I mean, we had to fix it. Was worse.
And that's the fix.
That's the fix.
Oh my God.
It was worse. I thought it was a joke at first. I said, "Are you serious?"
We thought you were joking.
Yeah.
And she herself, when she saw it on my face, she started laughing.
Yeah. But that was, and I intend to buy hair and take it back. But then Masa told me, don't even waste your time, because it would take the good hair and it would keep that raggedy hair there. Yeah, I mean, oh my God. It was funny, but it was like, what? And I look at myself, I say, if this is the hair that I have to put on today, I ain't gonna take my passport picture. I won't do it. I will not do it.
That's the thing about me. Right? Nothing moves me. It takes a mountain to move me. And literally I can make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah. For CI,
as
the
long
cool
as
one.
That's fine. That's it. Yes, I'm the cool and collective and calm.
Yeah.
Out of the group. Then Masa. Then there's no one else, because
that is not right.
There's no coolness with. There's no calmness with.
Viewers don't listen to that.
No, I think that's true.
You can attest to that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes. I'm pretty cool. I'm mellow.
Yeah.
Masa has a hot side, but she can be cool a little. But these two.
TJ is not cool. At least not the one that I've known. So.
Hey, somebody got to keep them thinking. Yeah. If I'm not there, there's no action. Okay, I'll go look for the trouble and bring it for the bunch.
Literally, she will go look for the trouble. Look, I tell you, this girl, every day at school, I used to wear my bloomers. The PE uniform, the
Yeah.
blue one for the PE uniform. I
Yeah.
used to wear it every day because lunchtime she lived up the hill.
I
We would
know.
go up the hill and be lit back coming from lunch. And
Yeah.
Shadow, our dean,
Yeah.
he had that rattan waiting for us. And then Miss Samula, oh my.
I know. So another question on the screen says, I'm sure you ladies have made friends outside of the tight-knitted group. How is that like?
Yes, we have. I mean, I have some good friends from that I've met throughout the years, but it is nothing compared to this. In high school, because I went to high school here, I have a great friend, that's from the island. We were best friends in high school. And we still keep in contact. We don't talk every day, but I mean, she's my ride or die as well. So yes, we have other friends and colleagues, but this bond.
So I'm the one who always bringing friends. I bring people like nobody business.
But guess what? When we have other friends, then she's jealous. Oh, TTN is, and she will tell you.
Yeah.
She won't hide it.
Yeah.
Why is this person? Why are they here?
Yeah. I got certain names for my people. Don't call them by my name. You find your own, and all day, and that is so sad because all day I bring new people. Oh, and once I bring somebody, like meet my friends, and I expect all of y'all to be friends. But you don't just go bring somebody on me and they start calling you by the affectionate name that I call you. No. I'm telling them to my face, this is my friend.
And she did.
Yeah.
Masa has another friend in Liberia. I won't call her name. But when we went to Liberia, I think it was the birth of my mom, right?
Yeah.
TTN told the lady, listen, you are just getting into this friendship. Don't think you're gonna come and steal my friend from me.
Yeah.
She told her to her face.
She said, I don't want to steal your friend. I just want to be friends with all of y'all. Well, we'll have to think about that. Because the way you came in is not too conducive. So we will think about that.
But no, now
she is our friend too.
Yes.
Because she came in and you can't be hot if somebody is hot. No. And that's where she got me. I was all blazing and she was just calm. She said, okay, I'm not trying to take your friend. I'm like, yeah. And she was going to go high. It was going to be a different ball game. But she was okay, people. She like, I just want to be your friend too. And now we are all friends. But the niche of the niche is the niche. And we meet other people and we tell our friends about the other people. Oh, I met this person. I want you to meet them. Mm-hmm. That's how it's always been. We always want to introduce somebody to another person, but we know who is our ride to die. So, correct. Yeah.
Well, Phil, thank you for coming on. Again, Phil is one of our oldest classmates. We met in first grade, right?
First grade.
No. I came out a little after first grade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we've been friends, and our class is 1990-92 from Cathedral. We all went to Cathedral, and so but the majority are here in the diaspora. But ironically, our WhatsApp group name, our chat room name is True Friends. Seriously. Yeah. That is, and we are a special group.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Philip.
Now we'll go and take some calls from the viewers so they can come in and ask some questions or just shed light on their friendship.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Philip.
All right.
So I see Abraham on the show from London. Thank you so much, Ojugutu. You are so welcome.
Oh, Jeeks. That's one of our classmates.
That's one of our classmates there too. And I see Deconti on the show. That's another of our classmates. And Fatima is here tonight. And Z, you are so welcome. Auntie Lucy is there. And
Antoinette,
we see Antoinette. We see our other classmate, my couple.
Isabella
we see here. Isabella.
Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you.
We see Vida. Vida, thank you so much.
On the show and send us topics you want us to discuss, because this is for women empowerment.
Yes.
But it is to empower all, male and female.
So true. Chocopee, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Sis Annie, thank you.
Bernice. It is nice. Miss Clara Samba, thank you for coming on the show.
Sis Clara and I have this nickname that we give each other. She and I used to work at North Willow when I was a young nurse. You don't see this face and think it's young.
Baby, don't
But
tell it all.
because she was older, Isabella, Clara, and I, we were really close at North Willow. And in Liberia, we have to put hinder to our elders. So I didn't know if I should call her Miss Clara or Sis Clara. So it just came to the point where I started calling her Big Girl. And so now she calls me Little Girl. And then I call her husband Big Guy.
That is so nice. That is so nice. Malam, thank you so much for watching tonight. Jeremiah Chair, I did send you the link, but you still have not connected and you were trying to give me case tonight. And I'm not taking no case tonight. So I sent you the link to come on.
My Auntie Lucy is on.
Auntie Lucy's on. Tudu McCarty. Philip is on. Masa is on. Thank you.
Masa, are you not able to come on?
She couldn't. She's been trying to join in. Okay, so there's another question. It says, from observation, what is the average number of persons in a true French group?
Well, it depends. It's left onto you. But if the group is too large, then you have a problem. Because then when something leaks out, you don't know who it is.
Well, technically, it's not a problem because the group will tend to make cliques inside the group. That will always happen to a large group. People will connect to what minister to them. So you will find a whole group and people will gravitate to each different people in the group, but the group is still the group. So the group is still the true friendship, but the true friendship's got little pockets within it. That's what normally happens. Everybody not just going to connect to everybody.
But I still say your core, I don't think your core should be that large. I think 4 to 6, 6 is a large number, but you can make it work.
Yeah, true. And trust me, I'm saying yes now, but when my group tries to increase number, it's a fight. I don't just kindly just put people in the group because I'm the one who don't have secrets. I'm the one who would tell it all. So I need to really know who is there before I start to, open up. Because I don't know.
She does not know how to lie.
No, I won't lie about anything. And I'll just put it there.
Even what you don't want to hear, she will tell you.
Yeah. So that's my own problem with, adding people to the group. Somebody say you can subtract.
I'm the more reserved one. It takes time for me to gravitate towards you. And, sometimes people take that as a misconception that, I'm proud. No, it's just that I'm a homebody and I'm very, very, very private and very reserved.
So we got our first caller, Miss Augusta is calling in. Augusta, go ahead. Augusta, yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Titian. Hi, Francia.
Hi, Augusta.
So good to see you guys. I'm really enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the topic.
Thank you.
I just wanted to just add, just watching you guys. Friendship is a beautiful thing, especially when it's born out of love. And just watching you guys telling your stories and, how you knew each other when you were, smarter, that it is out of genuine love, for each other, because when you see that, you guys mentioned, you're listening to each other, you care about each other, you don't judge, you correct each other. Those are things that you find, that is born out of you caring and loving, for somebody. So it's a beautiful thing. But nowadays, a lot of time, friendship nowadays is more superficial. People want to know you because of what they can get from you, or probably want to get in your circle to gossip, and all of that stuff. So I just want to commend you guys. What you have is beautiful, and it's a perfect example of true friendship. So I just wanted to call in and just say that, just watching you guys.
Thank you, Augusta.
Thank you so much, Augusta, for calling in. I hope you all heard what she said. It is what it is. Thank you so much, Augusta. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. So Chocopee is saying that she wants to talk more about this friendship. So Chocopee, please call in and then you tell us what it is really that you want to talk about. Because your first question today, your first post was, you know, people misconstrued and misinterpret female friendship. And now you're saying you want to talk a little bit more about it. Please use the number on the screen and call in so that we can be able to hear what you want to say about this. There is another question on the screen. Say, what is the one thing that has kept the friendship going over the years? Nonsense talking. On a serious, we just make each other laugh. That's all. We talk craziness, even seriousness. When we talk it, we still laugh, but we just talk crazy things.
Also, is that organic love? You know, there's nothing superficial. There's no agenda. There's no hidden agenda. We want the best for each other.
Yeah, and that's the truth. We just want the best for each other. And you know, one thing people don't understand, you need somebody that you can vent to and not upset them. So when anybody make us bad, we just call somebody in the group and just vent. And they listen, and then they check you, and then they correct you, and then they make you laugh. That's and you finish forgetting about what the person did to you. You know?
And you're not too big to say, I'm sorry.
Yep.
You know?
This group was quick to apologize and quick to fix things. And we have a way, whenever someone in the group is not acting right, we give them to Masa. Masa, that's your friend. When they're bad
person, that's Masa's
that's Masa friend. Masa got the bad friends. So
if I'm doing something that she doesn't like, she will tell Masa, your friend, will talk to your friend.
So somebody asked another question, say, do we have true friendship in America?
You know, I mean, from because I used to work in the school system, okay, in the clinic. And it was sad that some of these kids, they don't really know what a true friend is. They don't really have that true friend. So for the most part, for some, no.
So we got another caller. Another of our friends is calling from Nigeria. J.U.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, J.U.
I'm enjoying the program, and I'm impressed that you guys are discussing across the board about friendships. Personally, I'm of the opinion that I think our friendships over the years was grown out of genuine, innocent love from childhood. Like I said, innocent love from childhood, because most of us who were young built these friendships with innocence and nothing attached to it. And over the years, we grew up with just valuing the bond that we had. And along the line, we cherished that bond. Then it was cemented or molded more because of the our war, the experience we had during the war. And all of us scattered around the world, and coming back together made us love ourselves more. Yep. Because most of us lost contact and remember our innocence and our childhood days. So I'm of the opinion that that's what made our friendships stronger as true friends. But nowadays, you don't find this in the real world, because people tend to have their own ulterior motives in making friends. So that's just my personal opinion. And we thank God for what we have as a group and as friends. That's my personal opinion. Thank you very much, and I'm enjoying the program.
That is so true, Jay.
Thank you so much, Jay.
John Umehai is one of our closest friends from back home too. He's from the first grade as well. But we used to call him the kitchen captain, because his mother used to run the cafeteria at the school, so the guys used to call him the kitchen captain. But you are right, Ju, that our friendship was of innocence, and we have a special bond.
Thank you, Ju. So there's a question on the screen, say friendship based on ideology or personality or common hatred. Which of these should be prioritized? Well, I know for sure which one shouldn't. Common hatred. Because when you have a friendship based on common hatred, at the end of the day, it turns on itself. Because if both of us have hatred for one person, we are allies. And at the end of the day, when it changes, it's not hard to turn back to itself. And like, okay, you think because you helped me do this or do that, now you want to get at me? We're getting back at each other. So I think friendship should be based on pure, genuine love for whomever you've chosen. And pray that they choose you back.
That's true.
So that's the thing about friendship. Some people don't choose you. They just don't choose you. You're writing them down as best friend, and this writing them down as no, she's not my best friend. So that's the scary part. So we have another caller here, Rose. Yes, you're live.
Is it on speaker?
Yeah, I can. I got you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Rose, we can hear you.
So I agree with TTN, true friendship. I mean, ideology, you guys are not going to have the same ideas and point of view. That it will be nice, but I don't want us to have the same. I want you to contrast me, so that I can learn from you, you can learn from me. Personality wise, maybe, but I think it should be based on just true organic love.
Yeah.
That you really do care for that person. And sometimes it takes time. For us, we were blessed that we started from first grade. But for me, it's really, really hard. Not, I shouldn't say hard, but it takes time for me to allow you into my space. I have to know you. I'm cautious. I have to know you. Know who you are.
And that's the opposite of me. I don't care who you are. You be my friend. But because I'm taking you to a bunch of people, I'm not going to keep you. I find you, I take you to my friends. And if somebody pick you from there, that's fine. But I'm just bringing you home. That's all. So I have never really been heartbroken by a friend. Because my friend is always everybody's friend. But don't be friends with my friends. Now you're going to look for my trouble. So somebody just said another statement. They said, Liberian friendship with opposite gender can be confusing to us due to our societal upbringing. Social accessible norms differ from country to country. However, it's normal to be friends with the opposite gender. I agree too, but
yeah, I think Liberia and people might take this the wrong way, but or don't take this the wrong way. But most times, when they are friends with the opposite gender, there's an agenda behind it. Let's just put it that way.
Rose, can you hear us now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, please come in. You are on the show.
Do you have a comment or a question?
Rose is really struggling. She's calling for, she said, I really want to know. All right. So Hawa, we also sent you the link, but I don't know why you are not able to come on yet.
Let me send it to her again.
Fasia is going to send it to you again. But yes, that's the truth of the word. In Liberia, the way they raised up, I just knew growing up that once a boy say hello to you, you're going to get pregnant. That's how our parents made it look like. Don't talk to that boy, you get pregnant. So talking to a boy could get you pregnant. But after going to school and finding out that's not how it works, then you're like, okay. But at the end of the day, you find out that there's always a motive. As my husband can always say, he said men lay in wait for the perfect opportunity. That's why they can be trusted to be friends with women, because at the end of the day, They will bypass if you give them the opportunity of the opportunity presents itself. So I don't know, guys. You all need to call in and fix this situation. Floyd say, I don't have a problem being friends with people. Everyone can be my friend. I just don't have besties. I like that. I like that.
How I send the link on the messenger
And you
group for
know,
LAI.
this bestie thing just came out just a couple of years ago. We never used to have bestie. It was always my best friend, my booty, you know, my ride to die, my pal, you know. And so, but bestie has just come in the picture. But I ain't mad at you. And if you would like to share with us why you don't have a bestie, we would like to know. We would like to know. So somebody in the show, Miss Sama Hamoud Logan said, my husband is my bestie. Sama, if you can tell us why you chose your husband to be your bestie, that would be a nice thing for us to understand, because my husband has a particular role in my life. He's my friend, but he's not my bestie. There are things that I want to discuss with my girlfriend, bestie. My husband can't help me. He can only know of it and sympathize with me, but he can't help me. There are things I would tell my friend and they will be like, okay, let's do this, let's do this. You know, so my husband is my friend. He's not my bestie. He's my husband. He got a role. Stay in your lane.
No, but it's okay to have your husband as your best friend.
He's my friend. He's not my bestie.
It's okay. Who is it, Samad?
That's Samad.
It's okay to have your husband as your best friend. But I mean, sometimes you want to have that girlfriend or that guy friend. And you know what? Another person that can make a good best friend are how do I put this so people don't get offended? But the you know, a gay best friend or a lesbian best friend, they make great friends. So a female can have a gay best friend, you know, because you know he's not going to come into your space. He doesn't want to enter that avenue.
No, he will come into your space because he wants to see makeup that you're wearing.
Oh, well, I mean, you know what space I'm talking about.
They're going to say, hobby, stay in your lane. Girl, you know what's up. But the truth of the matter is, yes, they do. Because they have the males have the feminine attributes that they love to exhibit when they're with females. So
and they give great advice.
They give great advice because they think they're one of us.
I think there's someone that wants to come in. Anthony Gayflag.
Yeah, Anthony Gayflag.
However, look in the LAIs.
Mr. Gayflag, welcome into the studio.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank God it is
fabulous
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What is so fabulous about this Friday?
Well, the reason why we said thank God it is fabulous, you know, although we are going to be discussing, you know, various issues, various topics on women empowerment and also for male, but the essence of it all is that in everything, give God the praise. Be thankful. So that's what, hence the name Thank God is fabulous. So and it's just the same as TGIF.
After 5 days of work and hustle, making it up to Friday, so you just want to come and give yourself a nice free weekend treat, right?
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Thank you all. And I am honored to be one of the first studio guests on this Friday. So if it goes down into history, I would be glad that my name will be with Papa. That one of the knucklehead guys that show up was Tony Gayflag.
Well,
Mr. Gayflag, so tell us about your perception of friendship.
Oh wow. If you follow my Facebook page, you find I have many female friends and guy friends. All right. Okay. I think friendship has to do with the person who is free to talk to you. Somebody you are free to tell them. You guys have to be one another secret path. All right. Then I think I could tell my guy friend. I won't tell my girlfriend. All right. and we all are mentor to each other. So sometimes a woman could be home, she don't laugh because they share the husband, they are too serious. If she have a guy friend she can confide into, they are not going to go anywhere beyond the platonic relationship. Share, come on, talk, laugh. There are certain things you can tell your wife, you can't tell your friend, certain things you tell your friend, you can't tell your wife. If you tell your wife, she may feel like, oh, how can you talk like that? Because I'm a woman there, I'm a woman right there saying this. And so they just want to laugh out. Likewise, the girl. There are certain things you want to talk about, but you can't say before your husband. You be like, oh man, how can a woman sound like that? But if you tell your guy friend, you can just laugh about it, and we all learn from each other.
So true.
Okay, I think that's what it is. We all just got to maintain our boundaries.
Yeah.
I've had girlfriends who would tell me what time of the month they are, what is going on, and we didn't get that. That does not mean that you have told me. Sometimes someone else say they get crampy, someone else get pimples on their face, someone around that time they went to lose jogging pencil, all of the things. But they can't say that in front of their husband. Say, why are you going to say all of that? I don't want to hear that. But he said to me, and we laugh about it, we move on.
Yeah.
But what I can't tell anybody, if I can't tell you, I can't tell the other person. I'm a one-man person that so I got my little secret power. When I put in that part, it's still right there. And I can guarantee you, when you put in this, it's still right there. But if I cannot tell you, I will not tell him, and I will not tell her.
Okay.
That's my secret. But we all have to know our limit.
Yes, true. So another one of the questions that were posed tonight was, there is a difference in female relationship as people see it about Liberians. What do you think about that?
Let's be mindful that we are from a cultural background. All right? There were things with like I always say, we all are in the 50s. Like on this side of the globe, we got robbed of our youth days. All right? That's the reason you better see a 50-year-old man, the real man that grew in a real open door for a woman, because we don't see it there. All right? And there are certain conversations you cannot have with your woman. She feels that you are being disrespectful. So it is believed that the only person that you can be closer to has to be your wife. If you go beyond that, they say, oh, he like men, he like women. Every time he with this girl, he with that girl. And
so
sometimes we see these people can become our comforter. But it is not our fault. It's our outbringing. Okay? How many of us in the 50s have stood in McDonald's a case? But our kids do that.
Yep.
All right? How many of us have walked even to go into the area Valentine's Day and walk hand in hand?
Yep.
But our kids can do that. Because we didn't see that happening very common up there. All right? How many times, I mean, we are either on this show. How many times have you, when you are back home, you ever intermediate with lights on or scream your assignment out? Our kids can do that because the culture here provides for that.
True.
But back then, if you did it, your woman would say, oh, this girl is so disrespectful. She didn't even recognize my presence in the house, and as soon as they entered, they were busy with themselves. So all of those things keep us from exercising our...
So we have a call on the line. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Mr. Giffler. Miss Vera, please call us back.
So we have a comment from Five Flood. She said, friendship requires a lot. It is like having a boyfriend or a husband. So just have friends are okay for me. And to each his own.
Yes. Okay,
but she's right.
All right, Vera, how are you? We got you live.
Okay, good. Thank you for having me.
Go ahead. We're listening.
You're listening to me? Okay.
Did you have a comment?
And happy birthday again.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. You are invited tomorrow
Well, you just put that on social media, so if you get 3 million people coming, it's not our fault. You are live and you are inviting us.
Well, let it come. If they can say in Vegas, I will sit
there eat. Okay. All right. So we were talking about friendship tonight. What is your take on friendship?
Is she there?
Mm-hmm.
Vera?
Well, really like your topic tonight, even though this is your first time. But I love the topic that you guys chose for the first time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have a best friend?
Yes.
So what made you choose this person as a best friend?
Well, I have 4 best friends.
Okay. And who is the best of the best of the best friends?
Well, 4. I have 4 best friends.
Okay.
But which one are you the closest to?
4 are the best.
Okay.
Because those 4 friends is like God chose them for me. We from high school. We are close to each other. I have one that is coming here tomorrow night.
Okay.
So at least we'll get to see your own best friend tomorrow night.
Yes. We have never had quarrel. We always laughing. It's very healthy for us. We all, yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Vera. She said she got 4 best friends and her 4 best friends are her best friends. That is so good. There's another comment on the screen, and I think it's very important. Fatima said, I think people reject certain friendship because they sense toxicity, envy, and competition. Let me just make it clear, Fatima. If you're sensing all these things, that's not a friendship.
It's not.
It's not. It's some kind of shit. Why show you friends? That ship is going somewhere, but it's just not a friendly kind. Those are the ones that you meet along the way that meet you for a purpose, a season, and a time.
Yes, friends shouldn't envy each other. They shouldn't compete each other. We should be there to elevate each other. There should be love. There shouldn't be envy. And if you have a friendship that is toxic, it is time to let go.
Let go. You cut your losses and you keep moving because think about it. Maybe you were calling that person your friend, but they weren't calling you their friend.
Exactly.
So you can't even blame them for being what they were to you. You had to weigh all the options to see that indeed this person is my friend. Because people, like I said, I'm the one who always bringing friends. Everybody I see is my friend. Once you say hello to me, you're my friend. And I don't take you to my group unless you're okay. Then I take you to the group and I dash you there. I'm not coming back for you. Somebody will pick you up, and that's the way it's gonna go down. But yeah.
So we have a question from Vida.
From Vida.
She says, so based on your friendship story, how you all started, is it better to become friends early or later in life? Or later on in life? We were blessed to have found each other from first grade. But you can find a true friend anywhere, anytime in your life.
Sometimes, it depends on what side of the table you're standing to look. If you're standing where the sun is casting a shadow upon you, you have a second shadow behind you. And when somebody see you, they see 2 of you, not just 1 of you. So if people that come in your way bring you always this vibe that's not good, take the other turn. In a sense that, what are you bringing to the table? What are you attracting people with that is causing them to either give you a good vibe or a bad vibe? There's nobody's perfect. Everybody's looking for love in the strangest of places. Everybody's looking for somebody they can rely on. But some people like to rely on people and they are not reliable.
That's the key.
But you cannot blame them too. Those are things you will have to work on. Like Floyd said, it's a hard work building a friendship. If I see her when she came to America, decided that she was over the ocean and we were in Liberia and didn't matter, but now probably we don't know where she is and she don't know where we are. But she came, she kept that communication. Every opportunity she had, she managed to connect with us back home. So it was easy to keep the relationship until I came and joined her. And then later on, Masa came, Passion visited us, and like that. So at any point in your life, you can get a good friend. You have to decide if that's the kind of friend you want.
That's true.
Yeah.
And in this group also, we keep talking about the four of us, but there's another sister that
we got some adopted friends.
Adopted into the group. Karen, she's not up tonight. Yeah. And then we have Annie too.
Yep.
Annie is in California.
And those adopted ones, once they miss the rule, you send them to Masa. They are bad friends. Yeah, we got some people that just love the friendship so much, so they just connect to the friendship. We have our own legal counselor. I need a counselor all day long because, of course, I have to make trouble and I need a lawyer. So our lawyer is also our good friend, but she's our lawyer. If you go, my lawyer got her own sets of friends that I don't know, but she's just my lawyer.
That's it.
And we call her a friend because we all went to school together too. But you have to decide what you're looking for and what you're going to bring to the table. You can't go in expectation with nothing in your hands. You want a best friend, and it's early or late in life, you will have to have the attitude to accommodate your friends. Some people cannot accommodate other people, but they want people to accommodate them. That's one-sided. It's not going to work, So you just have to decide where you're standing from to look and what you're looking for to bring to the table.
Yeah, and trust is the key.
Yeah.
Trust is the key.
Yeah.
If you call someone your friend and you go and tell them your innermost thoughts, your innermost feelings, or what's going on in your life, you expect that to be sacred.
Yes.
That no one else will know about it. That's what you call a true friend. Not after I've come and regurgitated my feelings to you, and then 2 days later,
everybody in town know about it.
No.
Yep. You have to work it out. It's true, Floyd.
And and they have a thing that they say about me. If I say you always don't know nothing, because
it's true, she don't know nothing.
They will ask me if I say I say, I know. She don't know nothing. But I know.
Yep. And look, gossip can be negative and it can be positive. So people say, "Oh, you're with me. You like to gossip." We have to. It's in our nature.
It is.
But when your gossip hurts other people, you need to redefine your gossip.
Exactly.
When your gossip brings people down and you're telling lies, you need to redefine your gossip. When your gossip cannot stand in the face of the person you're gossiping about and tell it to them, you need to redefine your gossip.
That's it.
Your gossip is not healthy. And those unhealthy gossip can hurt you, the carrier, because it's poisonous. Everything we do in our life minister to our cells, and the cells are the building block of every organ. So if you start messing up and putting gossip in the middle, definitely you're going to stress yourself, and that will change things around for you. So you got to be careful. Gossip with whom you like to, but just know what you're saying. Don't hurt nobody in your gossip. Don't bring nobody down in your gossip. Don't tear people apart in your gossip, So you got to be very careful with that. So we're running so much out of our time tonight, but we got one more comment here that we love. By Dekati Guan, you say you can find friends at any age. She's responding to the question of what age you can find a friend. It said, but because we find our friendship from childhood, our friendship were innocent. We wanted nothing but friendship. Finding friendship later in life takes more work and it's hard to trust their motives.
That's true.
She just put it on the
that's it right there.
That's it. What's the motive now that you are of this age? Are you friendly with me because my brother is handsome and you hope he will see you when you come visit me? And then by the time my brother find you, you're no longer my friend again? Are you coming because I go to work and I have a nice house? Now you want to have party to my house all the time? Is that why you're coming? What is your motives for this friendship? Do you just need somebody to talk to? Or are you looking for gossip to take from me to carry outside? If you just can't find your way in, now you want to penetrate, you come in with friendship. What is the motive?
Or you want to be known that, hey, you and this person are
friends. Yeah, you know. But remember, I'm always the friendly one, but I don't keep you. I just bring you and drop you to the group. And they can deal with you however they want, but I'll bring you, you know. But to everyone tonight who have watched the show, who have commented on the show, we say thank you for coming on. Don't be a stranger. We have more interesting topics to talk about. Those things that make you say, thank God somebody said something about this. I thought I was crazy. No, you're not crazy. If you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it too. We will bring all those topics. And any topic that is close to your heart that you want us to discuss, put it in the comment section. We will come and discuss it. We will find time and place to discuss it, because you know what? You may think you are the only one thinking it, but other people are thinking it. They're just not brave to say it.
True.
So please put your comments in there. We'll see what you want us to discuss next time, and we'll keep doing it, because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's not about Facia. It's not about you. It's bigger than all of us. It's about commonality in our environment. How can we help ourselves? How can we help each other? So that is it. Yes, and somebody said they make friends with you because you are the vice president or the president. Yeah, we won't be friends with big people. But they don't understand, when your friend is sent to that position, you got more grace.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know that comment that she said, friendship is different from networking.
Yes.
Totally different.
Yeah. Yes.
So again, you know, we just want to say thank you all for coming on the show, for watching. We say our heartfelt thank you.
Yeah.
And we felt that, you know, friendship would be, you know, the first topic we should choose because of our relationship. You know, this lady right here and the other three, the love that I feel for you, TN,
I know, baby.
Masa, passion, it is so organic, it is so genuine that you cannot find it nowadays. So in this public manner, I just want to let you know that you are my ride or die. I love you.
You know, yes. I love you. And we are both Leos
not just
too.
For show. Yeah. Yes, this is not just for show. I think you can sense the you know, the compassion we have for each other. Yeah. You know, and had the other two been here, this would have been a crazy table.
Look at this lady. Look at this lady. See, Crib Jaw ladies.
Listen,
you were supposed to be on tonight. I don't know why you're not on the show tonight, but you're going to pay for this. Honorable. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Chocopee. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Floyd, for just the participation. Just being here tonight, expressing yourself. Somebody else benefited from what you said tonight. Yes. And it was great. Isabella, Decanty, Floyd, Evan, Smith,
Antoinette,
Fatima, Anthony, Gayfla.
We just want to say Fatima. Thank you. There is more good topics to come.
Yes, we're going to send us the topics. Things.
The next time, like. I mean, everybody knows my number from. Well, not everybody, but you know.
She thinks everybody knows her number. She don't have this story right yet. But yes, always feel free to talk. The only thing we know we're never gonna do on here is disrespect each other in any way, shape, or form. We just come here. We have too much going on around us. There's so much social media. So what are we talking that is beneficial to us? Exactly. We have to think about it. What are we talking that is beneficial to us? Our next topic coming up is going to be on cancer, health, well-being. So stick around for next Friday. We will fill you in. Come with concerns. We have people here who have walked the walk of cancer, who have survived it, to tell us their story.
And I currently work right now. I specialize in lung cancer. So we will have a lady who will come and talk about what type of cancer does she have?
She had breast
cancer. So I will shed light on lung cancer, and you know, you can bring your questions.
Yeah.
And we have to empower each other.
Yeah. That's what we do for sisterhood. You never know who you will get from here tomorrow to be your friend. But if you choose me, I'm taking you to the group and dropping you there because that's how I do. I bring everybody home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
I can say this first show was a success. I mean, hence the amount of viewers on here. So thank you. Please give us feedback.
Yes,
on the show.
Please.
We are not perfect. There's always room to grow. So
if you tell us where our flaws are, we can fix it.
Exactly.
But this is fabulous. And why it's so fabulous is because no matter what you've been through or what you're going through, God is faithful.
He's faithful.
And it may be hard today, but by the time you overcome it, it is fabulous.
Yes. And so just put your rest in God. Mm-hmm. That's all you have to do. Yes. Put your rest in him and leave the rest. You know, we get in our cars every day. We expect our cars to take us to work and bring us home. So, which means we've put our rest in our vehicles. Why don't we do the same for God and put your faith, put your rest in him?
Yes.
And he will make everything possible.
He always do. And remember, if you are the political type, Logan Hour comes on Tuesday and Thursday, and that's where the politics go on. They just talk politics. So if you are the person that like, you know what, I like some politics in my life too. These girls are talking sweet stuff. Come on Tuesday and Thursday.
We'll dabble into a little bit, but that is just maybe to if you are a candidate, you know, just to support you, or to not support, but to bring you on for you to tell us about your platform, what you want to do for our country, then we can bring you on. But we're not here to bash, you know, a politician or what have you.
Yeah.
You know,
this one is the Relax Friday afternoon. Get your Friday jam on.
Thanks,
and join us here to have a good time.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you all for listening tonight, for participation and watching. Let us know what you think. We need your comment. We need your feedback so that we can be better and move forward. More topics to come. I can't wait for the topics on sex because that's going to be hot. Thank you and have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Have a blessed